Now what they should do.
Sorry to interrupt the honourable member. I call Colin King.
Mr Speaker, it's a pleasure to speak on the first reading of the Environment Canterbury Temporary Commissioners and Improved Water Management Amendment Bill, and I would have to address the previous speaker and thank him very much for his definition of why the government needed to step in and do what it did. As the MP for the Kaikoura electorate in the southern end, we have 3 district councils, 1 environment council. And I can tell you, Mr Speaker, that the government's decision in the first place to remove duly elected councillors and place commissioners and then to progress that extension of 3 years for those commissioners has been unanimously received in a positive way. The opposition cries foul and a breach of democracy, but the duly elected mayors and councillors of those 3 district councils are in favour of what the government is doing. They say, what a lot of rubbish to the opposition. They have enjoyed more democracy since they've had the commissioners in place than they ever enjoyed under Environment Canterbury, who totally ignored them and never spoke to those councils. I have to ask, well, what do you mean? They say that the commissioners have changed the culture. They now sit down with Environment Canterbury officials and they work these things through. Those 3 district councils are happy with the decision of government. So now we find that things are beginning to head in the right direction, Mr Speaker. There has been some outstanding achievements during the installation of those commissioners. We've seen the superb work of the water zone committees. In the Huranui, we now have an agreed water storage project that is 20 years overdue, and that is now being notified. So that is a very positive step. We have now got a draft version of the Kaikoura Regional Water Plan out for consultation and receiving submissions. This was all done in a very democratic way. We are looking forward to taking on board those submissions. This was total wide community support and they will be enduring. I'd just like to read an excerpt from an email that I received from somebody in Christchurch. It says that they believed that the reason why the commissioners were put in place was purely to grab water. And I have to say that when you read that email, Mr Speaker, one could fully understand why there was paralysis within Environment Canterbury. Those that were considered to be the duly elected representatives used Environment Canterbury as a tool to prevent economic development. So we are very happy on this side of the House, Mr Speaker, to support this bill. We see it as a way forward, as very positive, and we are very thankful that the government has had the wisdom to take this step. Thank you.
The Honourable Clayton Cosgrove.
Mr Speaker, that was a